It's more like, hey, I want to take 2 workouts a week for 45 minutes at max, and that's all I'm willing to do for this fitness level I'm trying to maintain. What can I do? This is the thing for you. A lot of people still think they can't get a good workout in unless they have access to a gym packed with weights or a fancy cardio machine. I was one of them. While weightlifting is more optimal for gaining muscle mass, bodyweight training can still provide a ton of benefits for balance, stability, and strength. It's quite amazing what a few simple adaptations can do. Slowing down your reps, moving with more awareness, doing more unilateral movements, I bet you'll feel it. Even for people into muscle growth, bodyweight exercises can still be a great way to regain body awareness, feel the muscle, and have an in-between workout for maintaining your fitness. So today we'll check out a great full body bodyweight workout, and I'll just explain who is this for. So if you're a beginner or an amateur fitness enthusiast that has been off and on in the gym, or you just started your journey and you're like a year or less in, this is a great workout to build a solid and stable foundation for weightlifting further in the future. This isn't the practice for bodybuilders or athletes, although it can be used as an intermediate workout in between. So if you have a strength training sessions that are hard Monday and Friday, this can be like a little in-between thing to sort of keep up your fitness without going too hard and too strong on your body. The basic premise of this is becoming fitter, so toning your muscles, losing a bit of fat, gaining some strength and stamina, but in general, mostly made for beginners or even for advanced, but more for maintenance of fitness. It is very practical because there's no gym or equipment or heavy weights needed. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. You only need a little yoga or Pilates mat, so it's a bit more comfy, and that's around it. First exercise is bear plank to downward facing dog, and this basically uses sort of a combination of 2 yoga exercises, the bear and the downward dog, which is great for activating the core, warming up the whole body, one of my favorite full body starters, and stabilizing the shoulders. Begin on all fours in a bear position with your hands and feet on the ground. Then lift your hips up and back, straightening your arms and legs to form an inverted V shape known as the downward dog. From here, you slowly transition back to bear. On your exhale, tighten the core. If it's too easy, a harder variation would include lifting one leg off the floor while maintaining balance. The second exercise are deep and slow squats. Slow because we want to work on body awareness and conscious movement and a little bit of mobility. It's one of my best full body mobility starters, especially targeting the hips. It mainly works on muscles like glutes, hamstrings, and quads. And if you think it's too easy, you can do a pistol squat or you can slow down a lot. To perform the exercise, stand with your feet shoulder width apart and slowly lower your body as if you were sitting back into a chair, keeping your back straight and your knees in the direction of your toes. Slowly push through your heels to return to the starting position. Control the movement through the full range. If it's too easy, add a pause and 4 slow pulses before pushing back up. The third one is lunge to single leg stance. This is one of my favorite exercises to really target the quads and glutes. It works on hip stability as it is a unilateral exercise, improving movement and actually balance on one leg. If you really want lactic acid to accumulate in the quad, working on muscular endurance and stamina, you can do slower reps and actually not use support on your rear leg. Standing straight, slowly step back with one leg while lowering your body until your thigh is parallel to the ground. Push through the front heel to return to the starting position, lift the leg forward and flex your knee. Regular lunges are too easy for most people, so the harder variation would be to lunge to single leg stance without support on your rear foot. This will make sure to accumulate lactic acid and really work the quads. The fourth exercise is wide push-ups. I mean, of course, who's gonna do a bodyweight push workout without including the wide push-ups? So this obviously targets the chest, shoulders, and triceps. And if you think it's too easy, elevate your legs and do very slow and conscious movement. Try to really just push with the chest instead of indulging all the musculature around. To perform it, begin in a plank position with your hands on the floor slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Lower your body by bending your arms, keeping your body in a straight line, then press back up to the starting position. Head must be in alignment with the spine, not bent. Really focus on squeezing the chest on your way up and do slower reps if it's too easy. Then we have the fifth and harder variation of the push-up, which is pike push-ups, in which you go in a downward dog and you're doing regular push-ups, but you are actually targeting the shoulders more, working on the stabilization of elbows and shoulders and wrists, as well as hitting the triceps from another angle. To perform the exercise, begin in a downward dog position with your hands and feet on the ground. Lower your head towards the ground as you bend your arms, then press back up to the starting position. If it's too easy, lift the lower body part by positioning your legs on an elevated surface. This will increase pressure and load on the shoulders. Then it's the YWT exercise, in which you basically lay on your back with your arms extended. It's one of the best posture improving exercises that are going to activate your full back, which is hard to do when you have no equipment if you think about it. It really hurts the next day as it activates those muscles that we almost never properly use. It mainly targets the trapezius muscles, the mid-traps, the scapular retractors, and the rear deltoid muscle. Lie down on your stomach while lifting your arms to form a Y shape, then W shape, then T shape. In each position with a straight back, lift your arms towards the ceiling with your thumbs pointing forward. Do 5 quick reps in each position before transferring to the next one. Then we have the 7th single leg hip bridge. This is a great exercise for working on your hip stability, but also working the glutes. Actually, through curling the knee and pushing upwards, you're really squeezing your hamstrings and you're really working the glutes. Pro tip, focus on extending the hip as much up and really pause for half a second there. To perform this exercise, lie on your back with your knees bent and one leg lifted off the ground. Push through your heel to raise your hips up toward the ceiling, then lower them back. It's about slow and controlled contraction where you really feel your hamstrings. If it's too hard, a lighter variation would be the regular hip bridge with a bend, adding hip abduction at the upper end. Side plank plus hip abduction with bent or straight knees. This exercise works the core. It implements a lot of muscle around the core, which are like obliques and rectus abdominis, which help you stabilize the core. That's just the lifting in plank. Now afterwards, when you do the hip abduction, you incorporate a muscle called gluteus medius, which is commonly weak in those who sit a lot and is great for improving posture and lower body strength. Lie on your side with your elbow under your shoulder, legs bent in together, then lift your hips up. Once stable, additionally lift your upper knee by pushing the hip outward. Don't just fall back, but slowly resist with your core. A more advanced version would be doing the same exercise with straight knees, increasing the lever on the core. Maximal hypertrophy versus just being fit. Okay, so the difference with the guy who's focused on maximal hypertrophy is they just want more muscle mass, and that has to do a lot with diet and sleep and pushing heavy loads. Now, of course, weights are going to be superior because they're way more adaptable for maximal muscle mass and all that. However, this is a kind of routine that's going to build a solid foundation, stamina, and strength for everyone who is in between. Just saying, make it as hard as you can so that you can hit in the range of 10 to 15 reps. Thank you guys for watching. Now, if there's one thing you should take from this video, are not these exercises, but the way to think about this. Having no equipment doesn't mean you shouldn't train or you can't train as good or it's like an empty workout. If you know how to do different variations and how to slow down the movement and push through the whole full range of motion and use not just one but multiple joints and really squeeze the muscle, you can get great results even with a body weight workout. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching this video, and I guess I'll check you in the next one. Bye.